Right. Hey, before I get into it, please read this. Hey, I'm just here trying to help. Just trying to share some edutainment. Hopefully, you get as much out of this training as I do giving it to you. With that said, let's get into it. All right. Once again, this is part two of the follow up on unlocking the power of the ADR. Just kind of going a little bit more. If you watched that last video, let me know you liked it. Did it give you like any new insight? I know when I start using the ADR with my trading, it's not the holy grail, but it does get you in trouble, especially um, when the market start pushing. It's kind of good to have a good idea of the range of where it could go and see does it give you other indicators that you projected for as some some higher highs or some higher lows in the past that you marked up where a possibility that the market could go. Also, we talk about these FRGs, which I have highlighted blue, and how to like use those to your advantage. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to use that to your advantage. So once again, we're gonna go back to this FRG right this Friday. So the ADR was 36, right? So we already know this is accurate mean. This it has to be here at a certain time. So if you come in the market, we're gonna do this. We're gonna find Friday. Where's Friday? I want to find Friday right here. So, reset. So, let's say you come in the market on Friday, depending on this all when you're trading. So, at the time you come in the market, depending on where you come, you need to know how much of this ADR has been out. So you have to add and subtract it. So I'm gonna show you for example. So right now, let's say um, this is the end of the Asian session. It's projecting 36. So what I do, I'm just gonna make a projection from this low right here, and I'm gonna go up 36. And let's see where that takes me to. Right. Well, you got 30. Well, actually, technically, this would be 36, but I'll show you why that was there. So we'll just go ahead and clone that. So we'll put this market up here because it's going to make sense. I promise it's going to make sense in a minute. Now the reason I said from here, but let's say if this 36, but doing 8, it only went out 2. That means that the most it could go up is projected to go up is 34. So from 36 minus 2, so if you went from the top and you went 34, that'll bring you probably around about here, right? That'll put you there. That's from the top. That's from there. But if you was going from this bottom, from this low, right? Got a minus 34, so that's about 32. So around about there. That's your projection. Now, so when this market starts to go, right? So we pause it. So now, what you got here is you got 30. 36 pips, right? So, so now you come out here, this 3 o'clock, and it made this new low. Now, if that's the new low, right? So you kind of got to adjust it. So let's say you woke up this time. So now I'm going to go up 36 from here. What is that? Where's 36? 36, 36. So it's right there, around about the same area still, right? Now, if I took that high, I mean, if it was going to go down, then this would be my target, right? Taking out all these lows over here, then that'll be a target. But that didn't happen on Friday. So what we ended up getting on Friday was this. The market went sideways, it went up, and it only went up to here, right? The market only went up here, right? So I know if I get a break above this price point, 33,980, that's about 970, right? That's about 970. So on Monday, and we spread this across, if you get a close above this price point, your first TP, this should be one of your targets, either here or here. Now, if you mark up your 4-hour time frame, you see this yellow area, you're going to see that falls into something, some type of rejection area where the market starts turning around. Now, what I want you to notice also, on Friday, you see that this was a fair value gap created right here. So the market went up and it came back down to this gap. And it went up again. Then it went up again and created another gap here. See this gap? That's a gap. It created that gap right there, and then it came down to here and went up. So now, moving along to Monday, what happened on Monday? Let's see. Play Monday. So on Monday, look, you had another gap here. Market went up, came down, created a gap, came back into FRG and went up. So when you see stuff like that, now start looking back to Friday. Remember that high? It broke that high over here. You got that close above here, so it swept that. So now there's your point right there. So on Monday, it actually reached Friday because Friday failed to reach its rejection. So if I came on Monday, right, and Monday was 35, and it closed here, right? You see where it say Monday projection up here? That's from this point down here, depending on when you're looking at it, right? So come Tuesday we have a projection. So Tuesday projection will be, well, let's show you. Right here. So look what happened on this Monday. Look what happened on Tuesday. Tuesday the market went up. See how it's still playing in this same area from Friday? But look, it created a gap right here. So the market went up, it came back down here and filled this fair value gap. And FYI, most fair value gaps will give you, if you aim at 50%, most of the time it'll get you in a trade. If you aim at 50%, most of the time there was a fair market gap to get you in a trade. You see, fair market gap. from here to here. If you aim 50%, it'll get you in a trade. So this market went up, right? Remember, this is Tuesday. Because on Monday, it failed to get up here to this blue line. Tuesday, it went to that, and then it wigged down. Now, Tuesday, look at this. You see, but say, just no, this is the below. This is like if this market, say if like I'm going from this point, right? And it told me my projection was 34. If I go at 34, what would that end up being? From here, where's 34? From here. Right, so if I went 34 here, right? So let's say when this market went up here and you see all these rejections, right? If it came back and closed below that fair value gap, and it might give you a retest. If it closed that fair value, closed beneath here, this fair value gap right here already been taken out. So you start aiming down here to the projection from when you originally looked at the market, right before it broke out. You want to look if it come below. So this is just give you a range of, actually, I want to say that wasn't that was Tuesday. That gave you that range. Yeah, that was that range for Tuesday. So play. So there you have it. Then you see this market come reverse on Wednesday. And look, it came all the way back down in here. Look, for Tuesday. Well, you see, here's Tuesday. That was that area that I was targeting. Right? It just depends on what time you look at it. If you're looking at it in the Asian session, you look like, okay, what is from Asia? What is 30? What is 34? What is 34 down? From the top of Asia, 34 down, and from the bottom of Asia, what's 34? That's how you get around. And 9 times out of 10, these areas, they're gonna line up with some type of level down here, no matter what. You see how this Tuesday level, it fell right into this area here, where you got these last sell candles before the market went up, and it never came back down here. Okay. So that's how you could use ADR. And of course, if you go down to a lower time frame, you're really gonna see a totally different picture. Better entries, much better entries on the lower time frame. I'll be showing you the 1 hour, but as you see, Friday you got all that consolidation, right? You got that high, so you just waited. Look. You see all that? 1, 2, here rejection. Then you finally broke up here. It broke that, and it came back down into that fair value gap. See that? This is the fair value gap. You look on the lower time frame. If I remove that, look at these fair value gaps. Look at here. That's a fair value gap right there. Style, extend, right. Look, that's a fair value gap here. Look, came back down in there. these fair value gaps is very powerful. Very powerful. You want to see another one? Look at here. When they're on top of each other. See this one right? This is on 15-minute. Look. See how this market, boom. So the market came. And it opened up in a gap, actually. I think, yeah. This one, it gapped here. Look at that gap. Look at this gap. It gapped here. This is a 15-minute. It gapped here, so it shot down here. Then it came back up into this gap and shot down. So if you just start looking for fair value gaps and you knowing what the ADR is, you can't lose. Yeah, you can't lose, but look. Here's that fair value gap on the 15-minute. Look at this. There's a fair market gap right here. Remember, I said 50%, right? Look. There's 50%. The market. You wait. If you get here, I mean, that's 20 something pips to 0.01. That's $22 or whatever. Drawdown, but look. It went 170, which 0.01 is $167. If you, a lot of times, if you're doing like a 500 leverage on different brokers, but that was a gap. That was a visible. That's a big gap. Right? That's just an obvious gap. There's no difference between the fair value gap and the regular gaps. There's slightly a difference. Slightly, there's a difference. So even if you look here, you seen I showed that one earlier. So that's all I have. That's all I have for this video. Subscribe. You can DM me at on Stunomics. I'm on Facebook. The Stunomics. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm there. Or you can send me an email to stunomics@gmail.com if you want to set up a one-on-one so I can go over some of this stuff with you. Thank you.